And it will be somewhat interesting tomorrow based on what Craig Breslow said yesterday with Tim Healy, because he was asked about selling players, and his response was, we're still not at a point where that decision is clear.
Oh, good.
Because like I said, we've got a lot of baseball games to play between now and then. And we're going to do everything we can to get the ship righted for 2026.
Good morning.
Tim Healy has been on all sides of the coin here, by the way. Like, you had the story basically burying Breslow. Now he's talking to him, and he says that, we're not done. That
is diametrically opposed to what Sam Kennedy said on this very show almost 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks to the day, where he said the pivot begins in a couple weeks. Did he not give us a time? Did he give us a timetable? That's now.
Yeah.
So
we are in straight pivot mode. I'm talking.
Well, Breslow's not, though, because he's trying to hang on to his job. So that's going to be an issue. Like, this is the issue when it comes to the direction of the franchise going forward.
Right, but do you think John Henry's going to allow that? Because, and Curtis, you're the baseball guy.
I am.
If you trade, let's say you trade a guy like Chapman, that's money off the books for Henry, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So Henry,
at this point, you're looking at Chapman at the trade deadline. I think he's making $10 million, so you're looking at about $3 to $4 million.
Right, but
saved.
I'm saying if you got a few guys that you're potentially going to move on.
Sonny Gray will save money.
Right. So I don't think.
Well, I think you should use Wilson Contreras as a better example. Like, that's a guy who I would like to see them hang on to. Seems happy here. Has been very productive. You have another year or 2 years of control on him?
I think
Curtis?
it's 1 year. About
Sonny Gray, this is it.
No. Contreras. I said Wilson Contreras.
Oh, Contreras, I would keep. I would not trade Contreras.
Right. So that's the problem, though, is that Breslow is going to be, he's going to be spending like a drunk sailor because he's trying to hang on to his job, and he's not going to do what's best for the franchise. He's going to do what's best for himself.
Yeah, you'll have 2 years of Contreras. You'll have one more and then a club option. He's 30. He'll be 35 years old at $17 million and then $20 million. So I guess the question becomes, the next year of one of the 2 years he'll have left, what's that season look like, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to even have a season? And then how does that work out? Let's say,
but again, Breslow is going to, if he is trying to save his job. And he believes that the ship can still be righted. Like, I feel like the ship is, you got Jack and Rose floating on a doorway somewhere in the middle of the icy seas, but fine.
I'll never let go.
And so he is then going to be out trying to find some right-hand bat and willing to part with whatever they want to get a right-handed bat at deadline time. Like, it's just.
No, I don't believe that.
He just told you that.
No, but I'm saying the organization. I don't believe the organization and looks at it and goes, there's a chance. So I think the organization, like when we talk to Sam Kennedy, is in the mode of pivot and we're selling, because I don't care what Bresbart is saying, there's no way the organization looks at it and goes, all right, there's a chance we can maybe make a run and do some things if we add a piece. I think the organization is at, let's sell off what we can get. We'll limit payroll the best way we can. It might not be a lot. And then what are we going to be looking for potentially after next year if there's a lockout? So if you've got a guy like Wilson Contreras, why hold on to him if he can get you a lot back for the future when you might only have him for one more year and you're not going to give him a new contract because he's 35 years old?
I do wonder, though, what you're really going to be able to get at this deadline for a guy like Contreras if the only benefit is that he's on this deal for a couple years and there's not going to be baseball next year. Like, I get the Chapman thing.
Right.
Obviously, if he's got the quad or hammy that's bothering him, that's a problem.
Which he clearly does based on the other night.
Which is why I said it a month ago, you trade him now.
Yeah. But that's somebody that will be of interest because of this season.
Right.
Like,
I think the long-term guys
Jaron Duran is not, I don't think you're going to get much for Duran.
No.
Do you think you're going to get much for Duran?
No.
Not for
I think
this.
he just ran into the wall again.
But Contreras, you will have a team that goes, all right, we need another bat, right-handed bat that can get us over the hump this year of potentially winning a World Series.
Yeah.
And so he could be one of those guys that teams would be willing to give you a lot for, because I think the teams that are in the hunt are focused on winning this year, and if we got to get a rental, so be it, because we might not have baseball next year.
So somebody says, Greg, that's ridiculous. You don't think ownership will step in and say, what are you doing? That's so stupid. Okay.
Then why is he here?
Then exactly, what is the point of him being here?
Right.
If he's not running it, what is the point of Craig Breslow still hanging around?
Because he takes all the slings and arrows.
He doesn't, though.
No, he does. When we think about this team, with John Henry being around, other than Curtis, I think most people go, oh, Breslow didn't do this. Breslow didn't get the talent. Breslow.
Oh, people react. People reacted to Alex Cora being fired and said, this is it. This is great.
Right. But
Get
they
him
put
out of
that
here.
on.
Hasn't won here. You said it.
Right.
Hasn't won here in a while.
Right.
So,
and they put
so
that
you
on
took
Breslow.
the bait. You took the bait on that.
On what?
And you bid on it, and you said, yeah, Alex Cora's gone. This is it.
Yeah.
And it did nothing.
Right, but now I don't have to worry about Cora being back when the team comes back. Cora was at the end of his
Right, you
rope.
do have to worry about the fact that you don't have a manager.
No, you'll
but that's
get it.
fine.
You'll get another manager.
Yeah,
Okay.
dime a dozen.
Why would I want Cora back where the last 4 years they finished it? They didn't make the playoffs, and I think 2 of those years they finished in last place. What has he done?
Right.
Like, what has he done over the last 4 or 5 years?
Wiggy hates underachieving teams unless it's 3 or 4 years with Jalen and Jason.
No, but I'm the one who said, Jalen and Jason, I want you to break it up and
I
get
agree.
Giannis. I'm saying the team has underachieved in the sense of the Celtics.
I don't want Cora back either. I want
Right.
Breslow to be on the moon.
Right.
And I want this Sam Kennedy, Theo Epstein, Brian O'Halloran,
Right.
whomever.
But
in the
they
front
had to,
office.
but they had to keep somebody here to take the slings and arrows of the people. And I think for them, it was easier because they know they can move on from Bresbot after the season than Alex Cora. And so because Alex Cora was beloved, people loved him. So get that out the way. Now when the season's over, everybody's blaming the season on Bresbot. You get rid of him and you're resetting your general manager and your manager. And I think that's the reason why they holding on to Bresbot until the season's over.
Right.
And Cora's like, who wanted him? Nobody wanted him. I think a lot of fans, when we put the poll up, well, I'm glad he's gone.
Well, I think he got a job offer within hours of being fired, something Breslow will not have.
No, I didn't agree with you. I'm saying fans around here in Boston.
Wiggy, read the Twitch chat. There's a comment in there that says Alex Cora was not the problem, clearly, with this baseball.
Well, we put up a poll, and
I understand. People have opinions.
right, so
I-
one person in the Twitch doesn't matter to me because you're not moving the needle. I'm looking about what the poll says, and the majority of
Exit
people.
poll.
And when we put the poll up, the majority of people were like, finally, they made the decision to trade.
Because they
to
probably
fire
thought
Cora.
there would be some noticeable difference in the performance of the baseball team without Alex Cora, and there hasn't been.
The guy didn't want to manage young players.
Running out of breath. I sound like Maz. My God, you get me so
Well,
frustrated.
don't defend the guy when he wasn't good. I mean,
He
you
knows
defend.
baseball. He knows baseball.
Oh, well, nobody's
He
taking
won
that.
your World Series.
Nobody's taking that away from him. He
Won
does
your
know
World
baseball.
Series.
He did win you a World Series. What, in 2018?
And Wiggy got him fired, if we're being honest.
Yeah, he did.
Another
He
notch
doesn't
on the
care.
belt.
Poor guy.
Missoula won you a championship. If he doesn't perform well, don't you say get rid of him?
Well, we've said that a lot, and they stick with him every single time. I mean, Brad Stevens continues to stick with him.
Well, at least he won you a championship,
Bad
what,
Stevens.
2 years ago, 3 years ago? Cora hasn't won you. He didn't win you a championship, what, 7 years, 8 years?
All right. Craig Breslow still believes the ship can be righted. He will talk about that tomorrow on this show.